morning. I'm on Red Mountain above Glenwood Springs, coming down the trail. And today is, oh my goodness, what is today? Today's the 20th or 19th of May. And yesterday it was cold and rainy and snowy up high. And today the weather is just beautiful, sunny, partly cloudy, and probably right now it's probably about 52 degrees, and it should warm up into the 60s today in Glenwood. Now up at Aspen, it's probably going to stay, I don't think it's going to hit 50, but we're on a gradual warm up now, which is good. Red Mountain is, as I said, above Glenwood Springs. It has a service road that goes up to some homes that live above, and then it has a single track for hiking and mountain biking between the switchbacks. And it's actually a pretty nice place for a quick hike, bike, just to get outside and get into nature a little bit, and a fitness hike. So that's what I'm doing. Short video. I'm only in the valley for 2 more days, and then I'm heading to Lander, Wyoming, and getting ready to work a NOLS instructor course. But that doesn't start for a couple of weeks, so I still have time to try to get in shape, which I think I'm getting a little bit in shape. I've noticed a lot of the wildflowers are coming out, the lupin, scarlet gentian, or the fairy trumpet, mule's ears. So you have this trail just above the community of Glenwood, which literally is right down there, and you can see the Roaring Fork River, and right over there it meets the Colorado River that's coming out of Glenwood Canyon. We still need moisture. We could still use a lot more rain and snow, especially going into the summer. Everybody gets worried about wildland fires, and if the truth be told, everybody should be worried about wildland fires. They're so destructive, so scary, and if we have a super dry summer and we get lots of wind, it's just a recipe for disaster. Hopefully that won't happen, and we will continue to get some cooler temperatures and rain and snow over the Colorado Rockies. Whoa, I just noticed some lupin blooming already. On my hike today, I was thinking about the conclave that just happened at the Vatican, and I was thinking about the movie Conclave, which actually I highly recommend it. And it's about a pope dying and a conclave coming together and deciding on a new pope. It also made me think of a story I've heard recently about the father at Notre Dame Cathedral had to look for a new bell ringer. The gentleman that had been doing the bell ringing after 35 years of faithful service had decided to retire. So as the father's interviewing different people, a person showed up, and he had a physical disability. He had no arms. The father didn't think he would qualify, and he told him that. He said, "I don't think you can do this." And the man pleaded with the father over and over, "Let me show you what I can do." And he kept just pleading. And the father finally relented, and they went up the bell tower. And the father said, here's the bell, show me what you can do. And the gentleman ran at the bell and hit it with his face. And the father was horrified, and he kept hitting it over and over and over. But also, the father was amazed that the bell ringing was beautiful. It was the most beautiful bell ringing he had ever heard. And it felt like a rapture, and he just kept wanting to hear it. Well, as you can imagine too, the man that kept hitting it with his face, he got dizzy, and he fell out of the bell tower window to the plaza below. Father ran down the stairs, he ran outside, and the man was dead. A crowd had gathered around. Father standing there, and someone in the crowd said, does anybody know the name of this man? Who is this man? And the father said, I don't know his name, but his face sure rings a bell. Well, the choke cherries are blooming, and if we don't get a freeze and they have good berries, the bears will be happy. I haven't seen any fresh bear scat, but I have seen bear scat, but it's pretty old. I also saw, and it surprised me, the print track of a moose. And it makes sense, moose are kind of everywhere in Colorado now, but I didn't think they would be on this steep of the hillside just above Glenwood. But in reality, they're probably walking around in Glenwood. Anyway, that did surprise me, seeing a moose print on the walk up. Well, I'm down at the bottom of Red Mountain in Glenwood Springs, and that's the end of the video. And I do recommend it. It's a hike, popular hike. If you're visiting Glenwood, if you live here, you live in the valley, hike up to the top of the ridge. In the wintertime, you can ski up there to the top of the ridge. You get to a spot where there's a cross that's lit up in December. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video or even part of it, hopefully you'll like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.